guys, Will here from Zero Fox Given. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an informational video. We get this question asked all the time. I mean, we get weekly messages, people saying, guys, how can we attach an Arca rail to a gun that doesn't have M-lock or any, Picatinny rail, nothing like that? How can we get a rail attached to that stock? There's a few different options. You can either not put an Arca rail on there and use like a bog saddle or a different type of saddle. But if you are dead set on putting an Arca rail on that rifle, we have a solution. So we have our Henderson universal rails that we sell on our site. We've got them in 3-inch, 5-inch, and then I believe they go up to like 10 or 11-inch also for some longer ones. Today I have the 5-inch one. And what we are going to do is we are going to install it on this solid stock. This is a Ruger Gunsight Scout. It is in 5.56. It's just kind of a quick little rifle that I threw together. I've had it for a really long time. But it's a super easy, super simple process. And then with the end result, once you get this rail attached, you then have an Arca set up on a solid stock firearm. So, boom, we're down to pretty much just a stock. So if you look, I'm not sure if you could see right in here, there's actually an indentation in that stock. What you want to do is you want to try to find a spot like that when you drill, because what that's going to do, that is going to allow a place for your washers to go into and attach on the other side. That's going to be a little bit shallower. That way, because the main point of this, you do not want any bolts or anything bulging under here, because what that's going to do, it's going to set, your barrel's going to sit on that, and it's going to cause accuracy issues. It's not going to be correct. It's not going to be what you want to do. So when you get done with this, everything in here should be completely flush or not. It should be pushed in from the stock. You shouldn't be able to run your finger across it and feel any bumps or anything like that. So what we'll do, we'll flip this over, take my Arca rail, we'll kind of set it here. And it works perfectly because there is some engraving in this stock. And also with this bipod perfectly attached, it gives me just the perfect platform mark so that I can make sure that I get it flush. So what I'll do to make sure I'm in those grooves, I will double check and see. Perfect. Set that there. And then I will take my bolt, and you want to find the correct size drill bit for this. I actually do not know what it is. It looks like it is, it's a little dirty there. 13/64 is the size that I have here. It looks very, very close. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do it with that. And if for some reason it's a little bit too small, we can over drill it. You always want to try to pick, if you're unsure, pick a smaller size, because you can always drill a hole bigger. But don't just start with, a much larger drill bit, because then you're going to have a wallered out hole and you can't ever drill smaller. Especially on these wood stocks, it's kind of a one-shot deal. So you want to make sure that you get it right the first time. First hole. We got our second hole. So if you look, we've got both of our holes, and then if you look in there, both of them are in that lower section. So what we'll do, we'll double check that our bolts fit. They fit amazing. That is great. So we will throw our Arca rail on, set our bolt, and we need to check. This is important because, don't freak out because people do sometimes. If you look, after I've drilled that, that bolt actually doesn't quite protrude enough. So what we need to do is we need to make that hole just a little bit larger so that our wing nut here, or our nut here, will fit inside of it. So what we'll do, we'll take our nut, we will go up just a little bit more of a size here. Let's see, we're at 13/16, 13/64. It's not quite yet. So what we can do, holler that out just a bit. Holler that out just a bit. You can't go smaller. So my holes are still that first small size, and then in here they're bored out a little bit larger. So now that our pieces fit in there great. Put both of these down in there. And we can take our Arca. I've got it on here, I've got one bolt through. It's just kind of hand tight. All you need to do is set your nuts inside of there, throw your bolts through the Arca rail, and tighten them up. I like to use an impact when I tighten them. You can use your Allen key, you're gonna be there for a while. And I also like with the impact is because when it tightens them down, it actually rounds these nuts a little bit so that it kind of matches the channel of the stock and it allows that barrel to sit flush. After you get that done, all you need to do next is go ahead, take your barrel system, throw it back in. Through here first, there we go. So that, boom. Turn this over. Give it a little bit of a torque here just for good luck. And there we go. We have our Arca rail attached. It's right there flush with the bipod, so it looks great. And once we throw our bolt back in here, throw our bolt in, and our magazine, I mean, that just looks awesome. It's not in the way of the magazine, it's not in the way of the magazine release, it's not in the way of the bipod or the bipod mounting, but it just looks slick right there. And it's attached. The barrel's back where it needs to be. This will still be a good sub MOA rifle. I will add some pictures at the end so that you guys can see a little bit closer. Throw some pictures of it on a few of our different tripods and stuff like that. Like I said, this rail, it's an awesome rail for what it is. It gets the job done. It's pretty much universal. You can do it on a wood stock, a composite stock, whatever sort of stock that you have. If you do not have like a tactical style stock with those M-Lock or Key-Mod or whatever you have to be able to attach one of these. Like I said, it's a Henderson rail. We sell them on our website, zerofoxgivenllc.com. 3, 5-inch, and I believe we've got some 10 or 11 inches, some much longer ones. Maybe here soon I can do a video with one of those. I just don't have a rifle platform right now that I want to put a 10 or 11 inch on. I could potentially do it on this one, I guess, but what would happen is I would lose this bipod setup and my sling mount, and it would be sticking off the end of the barrel quite a bit here. Me personally, I'm just not a fan of that because then you've got your guys that'll attach your bipods to the end of that there, and you just don't have the same amount of support as you do for this. Plus, this is just kind of a compact, small rifle, just, you know, kind of for whatever. And I kind of want to keep it that way. So we'll just throw some extra options on here like the Arca so that we can mount it to a tripod. Thanks for watching, guys.